Hi guys, and welcome back to another VLOGOWEEN video. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you how to make these hair dreads. I made these myself. I'm going to be showing you how to make one with like 2 colours in it, how to make just a plain white one, and then how to make one of these ones, and I'll also show you how I got it in my hair. And y'all, I'm just gonna let you guys watch the video, and if you like it, give me a thumbs up and make sure you are subscribed. I love you, mwah. Hope you enjoy this video, guys. So I'm going to take this and this. This is just like some foam stuff, and then you can just get single needles. That is what probably, as you can see, this has got like 2, 4, 7 needles on this one, but you can get them separately. It's just easier if you use more like in one go. And then you're going to need your wool. So you're going to need your wool, and then you're going to basically just want to cut it to size. You can use scissors or you can just pull it apart. So I'm just going to measure this with my others that I have here, and it's going to be about here. So I'm going to show you how to make 3 different ones. Easier if I had some scissors, but I'm just going to pull it all apart. You get less of a blunt edge if you pull it all apart. The dogs and the cats are all here trying to help Jasmine, no, and obsessed with the wool. Right, so you've got your white wool. So then you're going to want to pull it off and see how thick you want it. So I'm going to pull one piece off for later on. And then I want this one to be a bit thicker because it's literally just going to be the white wool. So then you can twist it. You want to leave a little bit at the top. Twist it around like so. I'm really sorry for the parts of this video that are not in focus. I don't know why, but you should get the gist of what I'm doing. So I'm gonna then, it's really difficult for me to film this because I don't have a tripod. And then basically what this does is it protects like whatever you are, whatever you're gonna be felting on. And then you just want to felt like this. So go away, Jasmine. So you just basically stab in the needles into the wool, and it mats all the wool together, and like it's gluing it together, kind of, if that makes sense. So I hope you guys can see. As you can imagine, if you were doing this with just the one needle, it would take you a bit longer, quite a bit longer. So that now has kind of stayed together a little bit, and that's basically all you are doing for the whole of this thread. So you do want to move it about a bit, so it's not like doing it this way, you don't get a perfectly rounded braid or dread, because obviously you can do if you want to spend a bit more time on it. But if you were to just have it like this and just keep going like that the whole time, it would end up flattening it out, if that makes sense. So then you can turn it to on its side and go in. So you can see the difference there from the stuff that I've not felted, and then the stuff that I have felted. Now, depending on how tight you want it to be, the more needling, the more stabbing and felting you need to do. And the more you do it, they'll get tighter. They'll also get thinner, so you need to take that into account when you're looking at how much wool you're going to use. It's not going to end up as thick as it looks, so that's definitely something to think about. I would also say be careful you don't stab yourself, because I have stabbed myself on occasions. This is a really good one though, because it's got that. You can buy them. You can buy other ones of these that are like, they don't have like anything on them, that are just like that. And I just got all of my stuff off Amazon. You can find all your felting supplies, everything that you would need on Amazon, replacement needles. There's all sorts of stuff on Amazon, and it's pretty much Amazon next day Prime delivery as well, which is really good. See, I've found some places now that are really quite loose, so I need to go back in and go over them. You're going to need to go up and down this quite a few times. It does take time. For me to make the whole of the set did take, like, I did it like a few days over like a week or so. I probably spent about 8 to 10 hours altogether on it. But it depends how many braids you want in, how tight you do them. This is just my way of doing it. I know that some people do it. You can make these similar dreads by wetting it and rolling it. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do it this way. I just wanted to do it this way. So that is what I did. So I've just finished this off camera. And what you want to do is, the top bit you can leave like that, because this is going to be wrapped around the hair bubble to make it into the braided like hair piece. And then when you get to the end, you can just like roll it really thin and make it like a nice thin end, if that makes sense. Hopefully you guys can see that. And that is just the white, plain white one. I'm now going to show you how to do like a double coloured one. Now my dogs have just had a little go with this, so you can get another coloured felt, whichever colour you are after. Oh, it's not even felt, is it? It's wool. Just ignore me. And then if you just a little tip, if you've got two shorter pieces that you need to be longer, you can just put them together like that and just felt them together before you start. So my dark colours that I have were just, this is how long they were. Whereas the white has come in one big long ball. It's all in one and it's just all wrapped around. But the colours that I've got are a little bit shorter. But then, as you can see, it's all together now. I will zoom you out a little bit so you can see a bit better. But yeah, so then you just want to put your pieces together and just kind of the same thing, twisting it round. You just want to make sure that obviously the darker one doesn't get hidden amongst everything. And basically you're just going to do the same thing. You can tuck that underneath and then start felting. And it's basically the same process. It's a little bit more difficult when you're doing this because you are trying to make sure that the darker colour, I didn't have that much. If you've got loads of the darker colour, it'll be fine. You won't have an issue. Because I was using such thin stripes, as you can see, sometimes they can, like you can see with this one, sometimes it can go underneath, so you need to you want to try keep your like coloured streaks a little bit more visible, if that makes sense. But it is pretty much just the same process. You are just matting everything together. So wrap it round. So my little piece is snapped off here. That's not an issue. You can just attach it again and go back in and wrap it round. And that's pretty much all you're going to do. You just need to keep doing it until it gets a bit firmer and tighter and more braided together. So I've finished that off camera. I've just left this bit at the top. And then I've just done it thinner towards the end, and that is that one done. So now I'm gonna move on. I've got my final piece of white wool, and I'm gonna use this. Now this is just random material, so you could find any kind of material that you like. I just had this for ages and it was that perfect. And then you're just gonna cut, and I will show you how much I like to cut. So it's easier if you use smaller pieces, so about that wide. You do want to make sure that you leave space at the top, because that is what's going to wrap around the hair bubble. That's something that I, on one of them, didn't do, and it made it quite difficult. That should be about enough though. And then you're literally just wrapping it round. So it's up to you whether you want to wrap it really, really tight. Obviously your dread's going to be a little bit smaller if you do that. You can wrap it quite loosely. It's totally up to you guys. And then you're going to felt, so you're going to just stab it so that it all, like, it's kind of like sewing, but not. But you're basically just needling everything together so that it all, like, stays together, if that makes sense. And then again, you want to keep doing it, because you are gonna, this is just really floppy wool underneath. You want to make sure that you are doing the same thing you were doing before, and you're not just trying to get the material on, but you're also trying to make sure that you're giving some kind of a form to this dread that's underneath. Like I say, you could spend, you know, if you weren't in a massive rush, if this was just for a one-off night or something, and you didn't need it to last very long or whatever, you could probably get away with not spending that much time on it. It's totally going to depend on what you're needing it for, how long you're going to need it to last. The more time you spend on it, the more like felting you do on it, the longer it's probably going to last in the long run. But as you can see there, that's now like a braid. These ones are shaped better than these ones. These ones can be all over the place. As you can see, they're not like perfectly round, they're like twisted and stuff. Whereas this ends up being pretty smooth and round. So then, gonna get another piece. Now you might think, oh, why don't you use wider pieces? You probably could go like this with it. I didn't even try to do this, but because of this material that I've got, it goes quite it goes quite see-through in the middle here. It's thicker on the ends and then goes a bit see-through in the middle. So for me, I just did it this way, but you could just get your material that was longer, wrap it around like that, and then do that. It's going to be whatever you're fancying, and also it's going to depend on what material you've got and what the pattern's like in the material and what effects you're looking for. So I'm just wrapping it round again and then stab. So that's it finished. I've just thinned off the edge and it's all together. It's not as tight as I would have liked it, but I do think these needles, I didn't buy any replacement needles because I was hoping I wouldn't need them, and I haven't needed them. This is the last one I need to do, but they are becoming, I do think they're a little bit blunt now and they're not quite doing the job as well. But that is it. So all we need to do now is to attach it to our hair bubble. So all this is one hair bubble under here, and I've just wrapped all of these and then felted them all around the hair bubble. So hopefully you can kind of see, but I'm going to show you how to do that anyways. So all you need to do is get your top bit and just get it like that and put it over like that, and then you're just going to felt it in place. So you're then just gonna felt over the bits that you've folded together and felt them together, if that makes sense. So it's just the bits that you've folded over there, look, can you see? And then you just need to really make sure that it's felted really well. This is the bit where you want to make sure you don't stab yourself. Turn it over and do it on its side. Give it a bit of extra oomph. And then that is then attached. You can pull at it and just make sure it's really tight, and it's the same with the other ones. So I'm gonna just fold that over. And just stab, stab, stab. Remembering to fold it, to turn it around as you're doing it so that it's not just in one place. Pull at it, make sure it's nice and tight, and then this is the final one. I'm gonna just get it, wrap it around. Just like that. And just felt it all in, man. It's surprising, like, it's very easy to do this. It's just a lot of work. So as in like difficulty wise, it's an easy to make. It's easy to learn how to do it. But you do have to have some patience with something like this, because it does take time. And that is then the finished thingy. There we go. So now all we need to do is put this in our hair. So I am actually going to show you how to apply this to your head. Okay guys, so now we're going to put this in, and literally all I'm going to do is tie it over this bun here. So literally just like that. And then, depending on what you want like this top bit to be like, I'm just gonna, I don't know where all these random bits have come from. I'm gonna wrap a few things around it. So I'm gonna take this piece here and just wrap it around this and then clip it in. Clip it in, and then I'm gonna take a piece from the back. I want one of these pieces, so I'm going to use this one. And then I think we should probably use a white one. Let's take this white one. And tie that around the top. I don't know how well these are going to stay in, but that is the finished look. And so these are the dreads. I hope that you like them. I hope that you enjoyed this video, you guys. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It's a little bit of a different video for my channel. I love you guys so much. Your support means everything, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah!